In a serene forest, there lived a squirrel named Oliver who took great pride in keeping his cozy nest spotless. Every morning, Oliver would sweep the floor with a tiny twig broom, dust the shelves with a delicate leaf, and meticulously arrange his collection of acorns by size and color. His neighbors often marveled at how pristine Oliver's home always looked. One crisp autumn day, as Oliver was polishing his favorite acorn, a mischievous gust of wind swept through the forest. It carried with it a jumble of fallen leaves, twigs, and even a small, muddy puddle right into Oliver's tidy nest. Oliver gasped in horror as the mess tumbled across his floor, splattering the walls and scattering his neatly organized acorns. His tiny heart sank as he surveyed the chaos. He took a deep breath and reminded himself that he could fix this. He grabbed his twig broom and began sweeping up the leaves, but as he worked, the wind returned and blew more debris into the mess. Frustration built up as Oliver cleaned and recleaned, only for the wind to undo his hard work. He started to grumble, his usually cheerful demeanor fading. "Why is this happening to me?" he muttered. "I've always been so careful, and now it's all ruined." The forest creatures, noticing Oliver's distress, gathered around. A wise old owl named Otto, seeing Oliver's plight, swooped down to offer some advice. "Oliver," Otto hooted softly, "sometimes when things get messy, it's not about the mess itself, but how we respond to it." Oliver looked up, his eyes wide. "But how can I respond to this? I've tried everything, and the wind just keeps making it worse." Otto perched on a nearby branch. "Perhaps it's not about fighting the wind, but learning to dance with it. Let go of the need for everything to be perfect. Instead, embrace the changes and make the best of them." Oliver hesitated, but he decided to give it a try. He stopped fighting the wind and began to rearrange the mess into something creative. He used the leaves to craft a cozy, makeshift blanket, the twigs to build a small fort, and the puddle to start a tiny garden where he planted acorns. As he worked, Oliver noticed that his nest didn't have to be perfect to be beautiful. It became a whimsical, inviting place, and he found joy in the process of creating something new from the chaos. His neighbors admired the transformation, and the forest creatures began visiting Oliver's nest more often. The once perfect home had become a warm, welcoming space where friends gathered and stories were shared. Oliver learned that sometimes it's not about keeping things pristine, but about adapting and finding joy in unexpected changes. And though he still enjoyed tidying up, he now understood that life's messes could be as delightful as its order. And so, Oliver's days were filled not just with cleaning, but with laughter, friendship, and the occasional breeze that stirred up a bit of mess and a lot of joy.